Hello and welcome to beautiful Yarborough Stadium here in Game 2 of the Solano Mudcats season, as they will be playing the Bay Area Mauraders after a disappointing opening to their season yesterday. They got completely blown out, and the game really wasn't that close, but there were some positives to take away from that game. I think their bullpen, the pitching, like you were saying yesterday in the post-game show, and they have Calvin Johnson on the mound today for them, and he's a very unique arm. He has kind of, we were talking about it, that side arm
submarine.
Yeah, the submarine motion, and it can be very deceiving to hitters.
It can, especially with like a curveball or slider, because from where he's releasing it, that slider is going to most likely break towards the left-handed batter right here, batter's box. It's most likely going to break towards the batter, and they'd be playing inside corner. So
he got him, and that was nasty. Slider up and in. First Mauraders batter is retired on strikes. I'm Ryan Irwin. Joined by me today is Antonio Harris. We'll be doing the play-by-play for the Solano Mudcats, and they're looking to get back on track after, like we were saying, a very disappointing opening to the season.
Yeah.
As there's a first pitch, like a backdoor sinker in there for strike one.
Backdoor sinker to Lucas.
Here we go.
Sorry for the mispronunciation.
One, and that one's in the dirt. 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And this one's hit on the ground sharply past the first baseman down the line. And that'll be a one-out single.
He did his job right there. It's a great ball to hit. Came out the bat hot.
Mauraders, number 17, Adam.
The first base you could have done there, but just eat the hop there. So, I mean, I think it was a smart play because I think he tried to backhand it, but ended up rolling over him, taking that hop, rolling in the shallow right field.
Mason Kelly is the first baseman over there today, and like you're saying, that was a difficult play to make.
Yeah.
Just a hot shot right down the first base line, and it took kind of a bad hop at the last minute. So here's the 0-1 pitch and a swing and a miss, strike two.
The battle will be Adam came in an 0-2 count with a runner on first and one out.
Here's the 0-2. Slider hit down the line and foul. Kind of hung it there on the 0-2 pitch.
That's something you don't want to do. That's something you don't want to do as a submarine pitcher. Leave your pitches hanging, especially your curveball, your changeup, and if you have those pitches, a curveball, a changeup, and a slider. Because batters will, when they see those pitches, their eyes will light up.
That 0-2 fastball missed just low. Count will be 1-2. Johnson comes set. Here's the 1-2. Slider hit hard into center field. Ranging back is the center fielder, and it's off his glove, and it's going to bounce a little bit past him. And they're rounding him going home. Here's the throw to home, and it's up the line, so the run will come in to score, and it's 1-0 Mauraders.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was just talking about right there. A couple pitches ago, he left the slider hanging, and it went foul. He went out of play to foul. This time he left it over the heart of the plate. This time he made it in play.
First baseman, Maximo Rockwood.
That's ultimately that's on the center field. I mean, it hit his glove. If it hits your glove, it has to be catched. It's got to be count.
Wyatt Davis, the starting center fielder today for the Mudcats, came in a few steps to his left, and then he had to range back and kind of emergency reach at the last second. that ball took off on him at the last minute too, and there's some wind here at Yarborough Stadium, not very surprising. There is always a lot of wind here at this stadium. And fly balls here are not your stereotypical fly balls in a lot of ballparks. The wind swirl above the stadium can be very deceiving at times. And a ball like that, you know, you think it's going to be an easy play, and then all of a sudden at the last minute it just takes off.
Yeah.
So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the pitch, and that is right on the outside corner, strike 2.
Now your batter for the East Bay Marauders is Maximo Rockwood.
Here's the 1-2. Slider off the plate, 2-2.
But Johnson's release point is something like you don't see a lot in baseball at all. Like most people will throw mostly like 95% of the pitchers go over the top to get that high velo. But in Johnson's case, it's sidearm, submarine, and you don't see that a lot, especially in summer ball.
3-2, and that's chopped down the line and foul. And I think the cool thing too about Johnson's release point, and we've seen some pitchers in the major leagues have a lot of success with releasing the ball where he releases at. It's easier too when you already throw sidearm or submarine. In his case, you have a lot of natural movement that a lot of other pitchers don't have. And that's on the outside corner, strike 3, and that looked like the sinker coming back to the outside corner, and there's 2 outs.
Next up for the
It did have a
Marauders
little bit of
pitcher,
cut to it.
Yeah.
Looked like it came back at the last second though.
Maybe.
Could be a variation. We've seen some new pitches come up in the major leagues.
Yeah.
One of the ones that I'm most interested in seeing if it is already affecting the college level or even the high school level is the kick changeup.
Never heard.
The kick changeup, that was something that Tarek Skubal invented, and then he passed along to Robbie Ray, and then Robbie Ray passed it along to Hayden Birdsong, and Hayden Birdsong became kind of famous for it because that pitch, as this one is hit up the middle, second baseman can't get it, and now the third baseman is going to throw it to the catcher. Pitcher's going to throw it to third, and they're going to tag him out. So that'll end the inning. The runner came around third and fell down and got caught between third and home. So the Marauders score 1. We'll head to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0. Welcome back. We're in the bottom of the first inning. As the Solano Mudcats will look to try and get a run back or more. As Ben Kennedy will step into the box to lead things off. Here's the first pitch, and that misses high with the fastball.
First pitch from Isaiah Soto's high.
This would be a good opportunity for the Mudcats to get on the board early. Yesterday, in the first few innings, they were getting on and they were hitting the ball, and then kind of after the blowout occurred, the fourth and fifth inning, where things kind of went sideways for this club.
20-minute innings.
And that's not something that you want.
No.
Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that misses in the dirt. Let's say it looked like a slider, possibly even maybe a slurve. That's something that a lot of kids throw nowadays, and
they think it's super easy. It's not. But back to those 20-minute innings yesterday. That's something you only see. Just ask Chicago Cubs how it felt today.
Yeah, that was not a great day for them. 18-3.
8 homers.
Yeah, 8 homers
by the Giants.
And the thing about Wrigley Field too is it kind of is like Yarborough Stadium in a way. As Kennedy takes ball 4, so that's a leadoff walk, and that's how this inning gets started for the Mudcats.
Next up for the Mudcats.
So that'll bring up Max Garcia to lead things off.
He had a decent day yesterday.
Batting second today.
Yeah.
So here's the first pitch to him.
Watch strike one go by. Watch the off-speed curveball. Now I know you're supposed to take a pitch like that, especially if it's the first strike, but if your coach doesn't give you that sign and you just on a pitch like that, are you swinging away at that pitch, or are you?
Because I think in your first at bat, you kind of want to measure kind of what this guy's got, and you hope that maybe you get that pitch again. As Kennedy's running to second, and he's going to get in there with a stolen base, easy stolen base.
Yeah, that ball didn't even make it to second base. It bounced in the grass. They got the second, and then it rolled. So.
And I kind of like that aggression, because yesterday they didn't have that aggression a lot. And they have a lot of pure athletes on this team, a lot of really fast runners, and I think that's an advantage that the Mudcats can use this year. So here's the 0-2 pitch to Garcia, and he takes the off-speed pitch high, 1-2.
Up near his neck, but then move out of the way.
So 1-2 the count. And here's the pitch. And this one's hit down the right field line, and that's going to be trouble. That's going to take a one-hop right to the right fielder. They're sending Kennedy home. Garcia's into second base with an RBI double.
Great piece by Garcia there. I mean, I don't think he's known for going oppo, but right there he just did. He ripped some RBI double.
Center fielder, number 29.
So that'll bring up the center fielder, Wyatt Davis, batting third today for the Mudcats.
Was he in lineup yesterday?
He was not. So Garcia gets a Mudcats run home with no outs, and now he's standing at second base, and this game's tied, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Being aggressive, going inside out to right field.
Yeah. Especially because the right fielder is playing more towards right. Before with Garcia, he's playing more towards right field, or more towards right center, I should say. I think they had the shift on him.
A one is chopped down the first base line and foul. Wyatt Davis, a left-handed hitter with a lot of power. Solano Mudcats are rocking their all red with the blue trims along.
Looks like black.
Blue and black. Kind of has that blue highlight to it.
Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah, on the shoulders or the arms.
Talking about the pants.
Oh, the pants. Yeah.
Yeah, the pants stripes are black.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that's in the dirt. And the catcher throws it down the first base line. So drop third strike, and I'm not sure what happened there. I think the catcher just,
I don't know either.
I think he thought that he didn't have to go first.
I
Yeah.
don't think
Soldiers
it looked like he thought there was a runoff.
Said calling on my soldiers in.
So drop third strike and a throwing error from the catcher for the Mauraders, and that puts Davis and Garcia in scoring position.
Yes.
With Zach Goldenberg up, and here's the first pitch, and he takes a curveball off the plate and in.
He had a good day at the plate yesterday also.
And he had some really good at-bats. He was seeing the ball well.
Yeah. He ripped the RBI double yesterday.
Right over the center fielder.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0. Hanging breaking ball hit down the left field line, and that's a fair ball. That'll score 2. Garcia comes around, and Davis right behind him, and Goldenberg with a stand-up 2 RBI double, and that makes it 3-1 Mudcats.
I like that.
For the Mudcats.
So that's going to mean a mound visit for the Mauraders. Dante Coyote will be Dante Coyote. I always say that name wrong, and I even said it wrong. I said it wrong when he was with Marin, and I'm saying it wrong when he's with the Mudcats. I will get it right.
I feel like all us broadcasters.
I think every single broadcaster said it wrong at least one time. It's 3-1 Mudcats. There's still no outs in this inning. So Coyote, he has a chance to continue the party here early on for the Mudcats. And a great at bat from Zach Goldenberg. Going back. Dante Coyote will step in. Goldenberg leading off at second. Here's the first pitch, and that misses off the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is taken on the outside corner, strike 1.
Low on the outside. Looks low on the outside corner.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball off the plate, 2-1. Here's the pitch, and that is on the inside corner, strike 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That misses way off the plate, 3-2.
That didn't cut it.
3-2. Curveball nicely taken from Coyote, and that's ball 4. So that'll bring up the right-handed hitter Gilbert Roth with no outs and runners at first and second, and 3 runs in here in the bottom of the first for the Mudcats. Here's the first pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Now, infield fly is in effect, so now if you're the Mauraders, if a ball is hit into the infield, runners do have to advance because.
Yep.
So.
One in this one's popped straight back.
So are they? If you're the Mauraders, are you trying to pull a Francisco Lindor and let it just fall in front of you?
That could be a smart play.
Because the batter's still considered out, but the runners still have to advance.
They don't have to.
Well, they don't have to.
Yep. But they would in that sense.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 3 straight fastballs retires Gilbert Roth, and there's 1 out.
Soto came after him, I think.
So stepping into the plate is the first baseman, Mason Kelly. So here's the pitch. Curveball. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a curveball. That missed high, so the count will be 1-0.
Might have slipped out of his hands as he was trying to snap his fingers to bring it to make it curve.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one is ripped into left. Left fielder came in. Now he's got to go back, and he'll make the catch. And now Goldenberg has to get back into second, and he does. And Mason Kelly gave that one a good ride. The left fielder came in, and then he had to race back to the track almost to make that catch.
Now batting for the
So in steps the right fielder, Teo Kopp. First pitch to him. That misses off the plate, 1-0.
Solano Falcons runner up in MVP voting if they had an MVP.
Here's the 1-0. This one's hit into right center field. The right fielder, and this one's got some carry, and it's off the wall. Goldenberg will come around and score. And Teo Kopp has a 2 RBI triple.
Stand-up triple by Teo Kopp. We thought as soon as the ball came off the bat, we thought it was going. He did that earlier as a Falcon. Went off the oppo before.
Teo Kopp and almost an Oppo taco right there.
Yeah.
And that, and like we were saying yesterday, that's where the wind takes a lot of the baseballs.
Yeah. So, what surprised me here, or it would surprise me in general if we see an opposite field home run.
With the wind and the way that the wind is carrying today towards right center field. Here's the first pitch. That almost goes to the backstop. You've seen Teo Kopp do those a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe not steal home, but we've seen him score on a lot of pass balls. He's very aggressive on the base paths, and we're watching him with the Falcons. He stole a lot of bases in his career at Solano.
Yes, he has.
And this one does get by, and here comes Teo Kopp, and he's going to slide in there safely. And that makes it a 6-run first inning for the Solano Mudcats.
6 or 5.
looking at the scoreboard, so
So let's see. Kennedy came to score. Garcia scored. Davis scored.
scoreboard is not changing, so I'm gonna say 5-1.
Heidi scored. Roth lined out. Kelly lined out. Cobb scored. So it is 5.
This pitch also misses way off the plate.
I think this pitcher's. I think Soto's like. He needs to get this batter out. He needs to get a 1-2-3 right here.
I think if you can get off the field here
Yeah.
without surrendering any more runs or any base runners for that matter, that's a good thing. So 3-0 and he just fires in a fastball, strike 1.
I feel like that's just an automatic rule. Even if the pitch is down the middle and you're up 3-0, you don't swing.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. And that misses off the plate, ball 4. So another Mudcats base runner. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter,
Next up,
Ben
the
Kennedy.
Mudcats from San Jose.
That'll bring up Ben Kennedy for the second time this inning.
Mudcats have batted around here in the bottom of the first.
He reached on a single his first time up.
This one's hit into right field for a base hit.
Backside
Runner will round second and go to third. So that puts the runners at the corners with 2 outs for the Mudcats. And coming up next is Max Garcia. So Max Garcia will step in for the second time in this inning.
Yeah. He struck out, but no, he did not. I'm sorry. He ripped an RBI, back RBI double off the center of the field.
Soto fires in a fastball off the plate. So the count will be 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that goes right to the backstop. And that is going to bring in a run. So, wild pitch scores the Mudcats' 6th run of the inning. And they lead 6-1. This is huge for the Mudcats, and I think this is exactly what they had in mind after yesterday's showing.
Yeah.
And I think if you
After yesterday's blowout,
Yep.
blowout loss. I'm sorry.
this is exactly what I'm sure, like I said, the Mudcats had in mind coming to the ballpark today.
Look, from what it looks like that game just doesn't even exist right now. It looks like their mindset, like we talked about yesterday, was like we said in the post game, just forget about that game yesterday.
Yep.
And it looks like that's exactly
Well,
what they've done here so far.
It's early in the season too, and
Yeah.
this team, when you look up and down this roster, like I was saying yesterday, they're talented. As Garcia takes ball 4, so the inning will continue. Did score 7. So the score is 7-1 Mudcats. So they have scored 7 runs here in the bottom of the first inning, and that's going to be it for Soto. So
Rough first inning for him.
we're gonna get a pitching change here for the Mauraders, and we'll let you know who that is as soon as we come back. pitcher for the Mauraders is going to be Owen Barnes, the right-handed pitcher. Wyatt Davis will step in for the Mudcats, and he takes a first pitch fastball that missed just high. Count will be 1-0. Mudcats have scored 7 runs here in the bottom of the first, and there are 2 outs right now.
Which is good for them because now momentum's on their side. Now they control the game.
1-0, and that misses in the dirt. 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that misses in tight. 3-0.
As you hear the first base runner on the Mudcats telling Wyatt Davis to wear that.
Yep. So 3-0. Wyatt Davis sits in the driver's seat. So here's the pitch, and that hits him. So that hits Davis, and that'll put the bases loaded as this inning continues. So Goldenberg will step up to the plate with bases loaded and 2 outs. And he drives one high and deep in the left center field. And that's over the head of the left fielder, and that'll bounce up against the wall. That scores 1, and that's going to clear the bases for the Mudcats. Zach Goldenberg, a 3 RBI double, and that makes it 10-1 Mudcats.
This kid can hit.
Next up, the Mudcats shortstop.
Zach
Dante
Goldenberg, he is
Hayate.
really impressed since joining the Mudcats this season, and he's going to be a staple in this lineup for sure. But what he's done for the Mudcats so far, going back to yesterday, there's only been 2 games, but you're right, he's really impressed at the plate. Hard contact almost every single at bat. Great swing from Zach Goldenberg.
Really all-around good player.
Yeah.
He's got a rock paper arm.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that misses outside. Mudcats have scored 10 runs here in the bottom of the first. And this is exactly what Mudcats needed. They needed a big bounce back after yesterday's loss for opening weekend, and this is what the Mudcats offense can do. As this one gets past the catcher, and Goldenberg is just going to jog up to third base, so he'll move up 90 feet, and that puts a runner at third.
From what I see right now from the Mauraders, it looks like they've taken themselves out of the game.
It's been a really long inning for them, and their starting pitcher Soto didn't even make it through 1 inning, and I'm sure that has to be frustrating for them and for Soto, who I was looking at some of Soto's numbers coming into this season, and he's been really good on the mound. He's been really effective. He has a hard fastball. We saw the movement on, I believe, the cutter and the slider that he has. So.
And there's a curveball right there.
Yeah, he has a curveball too. And that's got to be frustrating for Soto and for the Mauraders, as this one misses in the dirt. Dante Hayate has worked the count full, 3-2, and he has a chance to drive in another run with a base hit here. Defense is aligned normal. He hits one to short, and this should end the inning, and it does. So Coyotes retired, but the Mudcats scored 10 runs. We'll head to the top of the second. It's 10-1. So welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the top of the second inning after a huge inning for the Mudcats offense. They scored 10 runs. The score is 10-1 now. Calvin Johnson is back out there on the mound for the Mudcats. He fires in. A fastball misses high and in tight, 2-0.
I mean, Megatron's back out there for the Solano Mudcats, right?
When I first saw that name, I thought of that too. This one is hit foul down the right field line.
How to play.
Foul ball is brought to you by Firestone Walker.
Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Looked like the sinker. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying. When you already have that motion, a lot of your fastballs are going to have that natural movement that goes into righties and away from lefties. And here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Calvin Johnson records his first strikeout of the day.
Thought he had one last inning.
Now batting for the Mauraders.
Calvin Johnson records his second strikeout of the day.
I think.
I'm going to go with I believe he did strike somebody out. This one's hitting the right, shallow right field, coming in as the right fielder, and he'll make the catch, 2 outs. So Calvin Johnson has recorded 3 strikeouts in the game. Someday I'll get that right.
Yeah.
Now batting for the Marty Rosales.
A lot happens when you have long innings. You tend to forget what happened the inning before. And I didn't bring my scorebook, and I probably should have, and I will tomorrow. As Johnson fires in a first pitch strike, looked like the slider, the frisbee slider. Those are the sliders that tend to stay up there in the strike zone a little bit, sometimes a little bit too long, but they have such nasty movement that even if you see it well as a hitter, it's very hard to get the bat on because you have to wait so long for that pitch to cross home plate. So after that foul tip at home plate, the count will be 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Calvin Johnson. That's off the plate in 1-2. Calvin Johnson will throw that sinking fastball a lot of the times. But he'll mix in that frisbee slider, and as he does there, and that one's fouled away. He'll use his sinker to kind of set it up with the slider. Here's the 1-2. And a frisbee slider in there, strike 3. So Calvin Johnson goes 1-2-3. We'll head to the bottom of the second. It's 10-1 Mudcats. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 10-1 Solano leads. As first pitch misses just a little bit high. Count will be 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And this one's hit right back up the middle. Shortstop's over to get it. He'll throw on to first to retire the first hitter of the inning for the Mudcats.
Up top, still can't drop.
That play looked like if you looked at the umpire, it looked like he hesitated a minute to call him out. I wasn't sure.
Kelly hits one up the middle, and he's got himself a 1-out single. Got a hanging breaking ball there on the very first pitch of the at-bat. he didn't hesitate to hit it right back up where it came from. So I'll bring up Teo Kopp now with a runner at first and one out as he takes a curveball off the plate.
Was this the same walk-up music he had at Solano?
I believe so, yes.
I thought he was the one who
I think he changed it because he had something different. Here's the 1-0, and that's in there for a strike.
outside the corner. I thought it was like the one where it goes like where the whole dugout screams. Where's that?
We might get copyrighted if you sing it.
No, I'm not going to.
Quick pickoff attempt, and Kelly's back in there safely.
Maybe that might have been Hobby though. Or one of them.
Here's the 1-1. Runner's going. Here's the throw down to second, and Kelly's in there with a stolen base.
Great jump by Kelly. I mean, that wasn't a good throw by the catcher. I mean, he do it from his knees. But, I mean, the ball still got there. But
That's a hard throw to make.
yeah,
A lot of catchers, sometimes when you don't have enough time,
they just don't even throw it.
yeah. Now the pitcher will step off and look Kelly back to second base. Two and one. Here's the pitch. Teo Kopp pops one a mile high into the air. Coming over is the shortstop to make the catch. And Kopp is retired, 2 outs. So with 2 outs, here's Bruce Boucher. And here's the first pitch, and that misses high.
Yeah, on that last out by Teo Kopp, I mean, that's what we were talking about yesterday, and even today. The balls will go foul, and then they'll end up coming back in the fair territory. Like that happened yesterday. One on each team, and it cost each team runs yesterday. So this time, the Mauraders were able to. But today the Mauraders were able to track the ball down, and the shortstop was there. So
1-1 and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, so that'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the third. It's 10-1 Mudcats. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the top of the third inning, and the Solano Mudcats have a new pitcher on the mound for them. And it's number 21, the right-handed thrower, Henry Myers. Here's the first pitch from Myers, and that misses inside. 1-0.
Yeah, Henry Meyer.
Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that hits him. So the first fastball missed kind of tight, and then it looked like the slider got away from Myers, so that's it.
Hit by pitch.
Next up for the Mauraders leadoff hitter, Kaz Amamoto.
Mauraders, who really been searching for a base runner ever since that first inning where they got some runners on. They plated one run, but since then Calvin Johnson came back out the next inning and he slammed the door on him.
Yeah.
Went 1, 2, 3, and he had a really good day today. He had 4 strikeouts.
4 or 5? It was 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Here's the 0-1. Runners going. Here's a throw down, and it's a good one, and they got him. What a throw from Boucher from behind home plate.
I mean, the tag was right on the feet, so I mean, but
Great tag.
if I'm the Mauraders head coach, I'd ask for help on that because I don't think the umpire had the right angle. I mean, the umpire was hustling in there, so to see the play, but I don't think he saw it enough. I think the runner might have been safe.
Yeah,
I think he might have been under the tag.
1-0, and this one is hit over to the short, throw in the dirt, nicely dug out, and no, they're going to say that he just beat the throw. It was a bang-bang play over at first base.
Yes, it was.
Next up for the Mauraders, second base.
Coyote.
Casterlo.
Great throw over at short. It kind of one-hopped him, though, with the first baseman at the last second, but
Yeah, I mean, great throw by Coyote. I mean, a little too fast. A rocket, but those throws, the Rockets they're always going to go.
runners going. Boucher's throw down to second, and that one's not going to get him this time. So Mauraders do pick up a stolen base here in the top of the third, and they put a runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs. And when you're down 10-1, I would imagine that they're probably going to be very aggressive. Here's the 1-0. Great slider on the outside corner, strike 2.
Yeah, that's an excellent slider right
That was
there.
strike 1.
Excellent slider right there for Myers. I mean, about the outside corner. I mean, what more can you ask of him?
Now step off. We're gonna get a little mini visit on the mound. Runner at second with 1 out. We're in the top of the third. It's 10-1 Mudcats. Here's the 1-1. This one is hit foul down the side of where that went. The right
Foul
field
ball
line.
brought to you by Republic Services.
What the?
Oh, the sprinklers are on. The sprinklers have just come on here at Yarborough Stadium.
Sprinklers have come
So
on. Sprinklers have come on and a balk was called on the pitcher.
they called a balk on Myers.
I think he might have quick
And-
pitched.
Now the sprinklers are on in the outfield. So we'll be right back after this. All right. So the sprinklers have come off now, and not sure what happened there.
Yeah.
We had a malfunction in the outfield here as that one misses in the dirt. Shea over to corral it before the runner tried to advance to go home. He took a long lead over at third base. Count will be 2-1. Here's the 2-1. And that hit the bat. So that's a foul ball. So that'll be 2-2. The ball. Okay, one of those.
That's something you see in Little League. Like, all ages of baseball, you're supposed to get the bat down.
One of those.
The ball's coming towards you.
Just one of those unfortunate circumstances where you have the bat up there and it just it hits the bat. We've seen it sometimes in the major leagues too with the batters that like to stand really close to home plate. When they try to pull the bat back, the pitch would be up and in, and it hits the handle, and that's still a foul ball. So that misses in tight. So the count will run full 3-2. Pitch. This one is fouled away. Here's the 3-2 pitch. This one's hit sharply on the ground. Coyote over to get it. He'll throw on to first. So that'll be an RBI ground out, and that makes it 10-2.
Next up for these State Marauders,
From
left fielder Adam
I mean,
Green.
he did his job. He got the run and score. I mean, he hustled it out, but it looked like Carey waited a little too much time to throw it. He wanted it to be a bang play.
Yeah, I think he just kind of tried to get a grip on it.
Yeah.
But for the Mudcats, I mean, when you have the score that they have right now and you lead by as much as they do, you're just going to throw strikes if you're Myers. You're not really going to worry about any of the runners, as that's a nasty slider. That's about as nasty as it gets.
Yeah.
And the count will be 0-2. Go back to like what I was saying yesterday, the Mudcats, they have a lot of pitching depth this season. They have a lot. So here's the 0-2, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Marauders score 1, but they don't get anything else. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It's 10-2. welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the bottom of the third inning. It's 10-2 Mudcats lead. As Kennedy will lead things off in this inning. And it's been overall a great start to the day for the Mudcats. 10 runs, all in the first inning.
Yes, it's a plus.
As this one is a strike.
Oh.
That pitch came back to the inside corner, and it made Kennedy duck. He thought he was going to get hit. Here's the 1-1. And that breaks off the plate, 2-1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That misses off the plate, 3-1. Here's a 3-1, and that misses off the plate, ball 4. So Kennedy draws the leadoff walk, and that's how this inning gets started.
That's an overall good at bat by Kennedy. I mean, first pitch almost came in and hit him, called a strike.
So that'll bring up Max Garcia with Kennedy leading off at first. There's the first pitch, and that's a fastball that misses high. And that's in there for a called strike. Pickoff attempt, and Kennedy's back in there safely. That's in there, strike 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one's hit back at the pitcher, and he's going to go to second for 1. And they're not even going to make an attempt over at first. So Kennedy's retired at second, and there's 1 out.
Scoring book, it'll go down as a fielder's choice there.
Yeah, I don't think there was
Next up for the Mudcats,
chance that they were going to get
Wyatt
Garcia at first base.
No, I don't think so.
Wyatt Davis will step in. Here's the first pitch to him, and that's a curveball in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt. Nicely blocked at home plate. Here's the 1-1. That misses outside, 2-1.
That looked like it might have just missed his it might have just clipped the outside corner.
2-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Two pitch. Runner bluffed the steal, and He's going to go back to first. Count will run full, 3-2. This one's hit sharply on the ground to second. Over to get is the second baseman, and he's safe. Davis beat it out. Second baseman went to flip it over to the first baseman, and at first there was nobody there, and someone had to cover the bag, and he ended up getting there late, and it allowed Wyatt Davis using his speed to beat the throw.
Mudcats from
I'll bring in Zach Goldenberg, who in his first at bat, he almost hit a grand slam, cleared the bases, and really opened this game up back in the first inning for the Mudcats. And like we were saying earlier, I know it's only been 2 games, but so far in all of his at bats for the Mudcats, it's been nothing but hard contact. Here's the 1-0. This one is hit foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. That misses high and tight, 2-1. Pitch. This one's hit high into center field. Coming over is the center fielder, and he'll make the catch. Tagging on the play is Garcia, and he'll move up to third. So that'll put runners at the corners with 2 outs. Here's Dante Coyote with runners at the corners and 2 outs. There's the pitch, and that goes to the backstop. Coming in to score is Garcia, and that makes it 11-2 Mudcats.
No words. I have no words right now.
That's what you want, and this is what the Mudcats have been wanting. This is what they wanted to do yesterday. And this is what, like I said, this is what their offense is capable of doing. They have guys up and down this lineup and this roster that can put runs on the board in a hurry. As this one misses outside, 2-0. And Dante Coyote, knowing him from Marin and what he did for that organization and that program, I'm excited to see what he's going to do for the Mudcats this summer.
Yeah, I mean,
he brings a lot of talent.
In the couple games that I saw him play here in Solano, when they played the Falcons, I think in one of the games they neutralized him to zero hits, but in the other two, he was a stud.
Yeah.
I think he went 3 for 4 in both games.
Yeah, and getting to do some of this one misses high, ball 4. Getting to do some of the Marin games, I got to broadcast some of those. There's only a few, but I got to know who Coyote was very quickly because he hit 2 home runs in I believe it was 4 or 5 games that I got to do over the course of 2 seasons when he was there. And not to mention all the hits that he's sprayed around in between those games. I think looking at his numbers, I mean, he's like we were saying, he's a stud. Mm-hmm. And this is a really cool guy to have in this lineup, to have on this roster. Full of personality, full of energy, and that's exactly what a clubhouse needs if you're going to be successful. And especially, like I said, the PAL, it can be a very competitive league. but I think the Mudcats have a chance to do something special this season.
Yes,
To make
they
a run
do.
at possibly getting into the playoffs, and then who knows?
Time's been called here.
So with 2 outs, it's a 2-0 count with runners at first and second. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that misses in the dirt. Catcher can't find it for a minute. Now he does. Count will be 3-1. Here's the 3-1, and a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Counts full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs to Gilbert Roth. Here's the 3-2. This one is popped up and out of play. Here's the 3-2, and that misses low, ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now. Mason Kelly. So Mason Kelly steps in with the bases loaded with 2 outs. Here's the first pitch, and this one is hit sharply on the ground to short. Short baseman is going to throw it over to first, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 4th. It's 11-2 Mudcats. Let's get back ahead to take a break. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Henry Myers is the pitcher on the mound for the Mudcats. He remains out there on the mound. He came in last inning. So here's the first pitch. And this one is ripped. Oh, not ripped. Right at home plate. It bounced right off the ground, right in front of home plate, and went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
So the count will be 0-1. Sound off the bat made it seem like it went somewhere, but here's the 0-1. That one skips to home plate. Count will be 1-1.
Off of his bicep or
chest protector, maybe, or around the shoulder area.
No, I heard muscle.
You heard muscle.
Yeah.
1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Hard fastball, knee high on the inside corner.
You sure that was inside corner?
It looked like it. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Henry Myers picks up a K here in the top of the 4th, and there's one out. Slider.
Next up, the
Looked like a backdoor slider, yeah. So there's one out here in the top of the 4th. Mudcats lead 11-2. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a called strike. Fastball right down the middle.
I don't think that was down the middle.
It looked like it was down the middle.
He framed it pretty bit. He framed it enough, so. I mean, if ABS
I
was
think
here,
he's framing regardless of where it is, because I've noticed sometimes, even if it's down the middle, he'll frame it right where it's kind of like on a tee.
Because on that first pitch strike, that was low. That was like low, not like in the dirt, but like near the nearest socks area.
1-1, and that's a curveball in there for strike 2.
Like nearest socks area. So I mean, if ABS was here, that'd probably be a ball. The count would be 2-1 right now.
1-2. Misses just high. 2-2. Two and 2 pitch. Misses high. 3-2. Here's the 3-2. And that's in there, called strike 3. Curveball right there. 2 gone. Froze him on the curveball on a 3-2 pitch. The confidence to have a trust in your off-speed pitches when you're in a full count 3-2.
Yeah, I mean that is like.
That one misses inside, 1-0.
Like that also, he thought it was ball 4. As I've said before, as an umpire, you don't want to leave it up to the batter. So, like, the batter's probably thinking, oh, that's ball 4, I'm just going to take my base. So you just have to wait for it in a full count too.
This one's fouled straight back to the screen. Count will be 1-1.
You should have to wait for the umpire to say ball 4, or most likely he'll ring you up if I've done this, and a batter will think ball 4, and it'll be and he'll start taking he'll throw his bat to his dugout.
Start taking off his gear.
Base, and it's like right on the outside corner, which is my zone. So
That hit him. So Myers gets the 2 outs, and he hits a batter, so that'll be a runner at first for the Mauraders.
And next up for the Marauders, center fielder Diego Prado.
Here's Diego Prado now.
That pitch misses for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one's chopped on the ground, foul. Myers is utilizing that hard fastball about 90% of the time. He'll use that pitch to set up some of his off-speed pitches, including that really nasty curveball that he's been throwing we've seen on display so far. 1-1. This one hit on the ground to third. Here's a throw over to second, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. It's 11-2. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Mudcats lead 11-2. First pitch misses high.
To the Mudcats, number 25, Teo Cop.
Teo Cop is at the plate, and he'll lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Count will be 2-0 to Teo Cop. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That also misses high, 3-0. Teo Cop hasn't gotten a lot of pitches to hit so far today. But I imagine he's sitting on a certain location in a certain spot, especially on 3-0.
Yeah, probably middle.
That one misses way outside, so much like his last at-bat, didn't really get a whole lot to hit, so he'll walk to lead off the bottom of the 4th. So now stepping in is the catcher, Bruce Boucher, with Teo Kopp leading off at first. Here's the pitch. He takes a fastball. Looked to be on the outside corner, called a strike. Count will be 0-1. Oh, and 1 pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Oh, and 2, and that misses off the plate. Here's the 1-2, and that misses off the plate. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Boucher is down on strikes, and there are 2 gone.
Here's the leadoff hitter, Ben Vanity.
Ben Kennedy.
Oh, Ben Kennedy, I'm sorry.
Kennedy, 0-1 with 1 out.
First pitch strike in the outside corner for a strike.
Here's the 0-1. And that one's taken high. 1-1.
With Teo Kopp speed at first, are you trying to have him steal that here?
One foul straight back to the screen.
Near us.
That will be 1-2. I think with it being 11-2, I don't think you would be sending him here, but we've seen instances where the Mudcats have done that. And especially Teo Kopp sometimes does that on his own. He'll steal bases because when he was on the Falcons, he used to do it all the time.
Get yelled at by Stover.
He would get yelled at by Stover a lot, especially when they would either be down by a lot or
Foul
up by a
ball
lot.
brought to you by Michael Gray.
It was always very hard to make Stover happy.
Yeah.
Kopp leading off at first. 1-2 pitch. That misses in the dirt. Here's the 2-2. This one fouled straight back to the screen again, right back towards us.
Again.
Two and 2 pitch. That misses off the plate. Count will run full. This one is hit, popped up in the infield, shortstop over, and he's under it, and he'll make the catch. 2 outs. I'll bring up Max Garcia with 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and this one is hit into right field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Pop will stop at second, and that puts a runner into scoring position with 2 outs. We'll bring up Wyatt Davis, the left-handed hitter.
Division 1 prospect.
He's a very talented player.
Might have just clipped the outside corner.
Did look like that. Here's the 1-0. And that is just off the inside corner, 2-0. Here's the 2-0. That's in there for a strike 1.
Elevated fastball at the strike.
Looks like it had a little bit of cutting action to it too. Two and 1 pitch, and that misses low. 3-1.
My catcher, if he squeezes it, it's a strike. That's right.
I think so.
That's
Yeah.
borderline.
Yeah. Three and 1 pitch. This one is popped up. Looks like the catcher might have it, and no, he doesn't. He lost it in the sun.
Foul ball brought to you by Randy Morgan Gilmore.
Move the count to 3-2. And Davis gets another chance. Here's the 3-2. This one is ripped high and deep into right center field. And that is off the wall. That'll knock in 2. Wyatt Davis rounds second. He's into third with a 2 RBI stand-up triple. And that makes it 13-2 Mudcats. So that'll bring up Zach Goldenberg, and the Mudcats have opened this game up here. They lead 13-2. And the first pitch to Goldenberg, and he swings and misses, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and that hits him. That came up and in and got him. So Goldenberg will take first base here. He looks a little bit shaken up on that. Dante Coyote will come up to the plate with runners at the corners and 2 outs. 0-1. First pitch misses low. Here's the 1-1. This one is ripped into right field. Coming in as the right fielder, and he'll let it fall in front of him. The They'll fire into the cutoff man at short, and coming in to score is Wyatt Davis, and it is 14-2 Mudcats. So there's 2 outs now with runners at first and second after the mound visit for the Mauraders. So here's the first pitch, and that misses low.
Might have just missed the zone a little bit. On that throw by the right fielder, to get the runner, to get the cutoff man, if that runner would have taken off from second,
This one popped up. This looks like it's going to go out of play, and it is.
to get that runner from second, if that runner would have made the turn and continued to go, that cutoff, the cutoff throw would have been non-existent. He would have threw to third because that ball was so hit, it was so shallow. Kind of reminds me of Aaron Judge throwing it to Tatis in the World Baseball Classic.
This one looked like it hit Roth, and it did. So Roth will go to first base after getting hit by the pitch, and that'll make bases loaded with 2 outs. Mason Kelly will step in with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 3 runs in here for the Mudcats in the bottom of the 4th inning. As here's the first pitch.
Foul back near the Mauraders dugout.
Chance for the Mudcats to continue to extend their lead. It's been a overall great day of production for this offense.
If you're a Mudcats fan.
And if you're a Mudcats fan too. So here's the 0-1. That misses high. 1-1. To Mason Kelly with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch, and that misses high. 2-1.
I don't think that was high. That was right on the middle. Because of his height, that looked like it was right at where his number's at on the front of the jersey.
2-1, and that's same spot, and called a strike this time. So the count's 2-2.
Literally the identical same spot, just framed a little more to the left.
Looked like.
I thought we were gonna get called out right now.
So we're gonna get a mound visit between the catcher for the Mauraders and their new pitcher. Dominic Lopez is the pitcher now, the new pitcher now for the Mauraders. Getting another timeout. And that's the rule, that's the new rule in baseball. You have to make contact with the rubber, but you also have to make contact because this one is hit high and deep and foul. That one way foul out of play down the left field line.
Only there was a little bit of wind.
What I'm going back to is one of the new things in baseball, and they do it in the pros, and players are still trying to get used to it. The pitcher and the batter have to make eye contact with each other before the at-bat. That eliminates the quick pitch, yes. And that's why the quick pitch isn't a thing. This one is hit deep down the left field line and foul. And again, that had home run distance if it was fair by plenty. But yeah, that's the new rule that it's kind of come into effect over the last couple of seasons. And some umpires are a little bit more laid back on it. Some umpires are very strict about it, but it eliminates. This one is hit into left field, and that'll get down for an RBI base hit. So station to station go the Mudcats, and it's 15-2. So that'll bring up Teo Kopp with the bases loaded. As here's the first pitch. That misses high.
Does Teo Kopp here have the juice to hit a home run right now? I mean, we know he has pop, but like...
If he gets a pitch to drive, I would imagine he's going to try to do just that. He's hit a lot of home runs here at Yarborough Stadium, especially throughout his Falcons career. He drove a lot of balls off the wall out here, so he knows this stadium and he knows where to hit him. This one just nowhere close. And the count's 3-0. And this game is starting to get away from the Mauraders. The sun is starting to set. Much like yesterday, what happened with the Mudcats. The Mudcats are now doing what happened to them yesterday.
Yeah.
Here's the 3-0. Kopp was taking all the way. The bat didn't even leave his shoulder. Count would be 3-1.
2-5.
The ball 4.
Misses. That's ball 4, and that walks in a run. So makes it 16-2.
Next up for the
So Boucher will come up. He went down on strikes in his last at bat. So here's the first pitch. Fastball misses outside.
You're starting to see some shadows starting to form out here at Yarborough Field.
Here's the 1-0. And that hits him. So Boucher gets hit. And again, station to station go the Mudcats, and they have broken this game wide open. It's 17-2.
I think it was wide open.
So bases remain loaded as that pitch will miss outside. Kennedy, he's had a really good day at the plate. Really up and down this entire Mudcats lineup. They've all had really solid days at the plate. Here's the 1-0. That misses well off the plate, 2-0.
Let's go, 1-8, come on, baby. One more. Here we go. Come on, baby.
2-0. Misses way high, 3-0.
I think that ball got away from him. I think it slipped out of his hands.
Go, Ben. Good.
Here's the 3-0. That is a strike. Kennedy flipped the bat away. He thought it was ball 4.
One more pitch, baby. Come on.
Now he's going to have to step back into the box and tell the umpire, my bad.
Yeah, back to what I was saying, that's something you don't, as a hitter, that's something you never want to do. I think it's ball 4, and the umpire has full control of the game, so he could just call it a strike just because.
Kennedy into right, coming in as the right fielder, and he falls right in front of him. So run will come in to score. Kennedy's got himself an RBI single, and it's 17-2.
In all honesty, I think that right fielder should have called that.
It does seem like he could have. I'll bring up Max Garcia and make a quick correction here with the score. It's 18-2, not 17-2. It was 17-2 a moment ago. Quick throw down to first. Kennedy back in there safely.
I just heard one of the Mauraders players say that we have Patrick Bailey behind the dish. So.
This one misses high, 2-0.
I don't know if that's true or not, because if you guys had Patrick Bailey behind the dish, the two runners that he tried to throw out would have been out. But then again, he did throw from his knees. So.
Here's the 2-0. That skips, and the catcher lost it. And it just went right back to the pitcher. So the count would be 3-0.
Back to the hit by Max, by Kelly. That right fielder should have caught that ball. I mean, lay out, make a play that brings your team back into this game. Put your body on the line. That's what most sports fans like to see.
This is in the dirt, ball 4. the Mudcats players in the dugout are messing with the players out there on the base paths. They were one of the players for the Mudcats was laughing and pointing at the Mudcats dugout, and I think they were messing around with them.
Were they yelling? Who was yelling? No.
I think it was the Mudcats dugout. Somebody was yelling at the runner at second. It was Boucher that was frozen in between the bases, and then he pointed and was laughing at the Mudcats dugout. So this has turned into what Mike Kruko would say is ha 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 laugher. I had to do it. 1-1 pitch. Wyatt Davis. Skies run into shallow left field. Coming in is the left fielder, and he can't make the catch. So coming in to score is Boucher. Right behind him is Kennedy, and that knocks in a pair, and it is 21-2. Zach Goldenberg will come up to the plate now, and he gets hit again. That's the second time this game he's been hit, and I don't think he's going to be too happy about it. And he got hit kind of in the same spot than he did his last at-bat. So Coyote will come up to the plate.
With
2 outs, 9 runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So here's the first pitch. That one misses in the dirt.
Looks like a position player in the now.
It kind of does look like a position player, and that could be. I mean, they're all. We do have a lot of two-way guys, but this one is hit down the right field line and foul. Kind of does, but I don't want to assume, and we're not going to assume, but
this looks like Kaz Yamamoto, the starting shortstop.